Welcome to the third video in this series. We're going to expound upon the idea of the content, commerce, and community that we talked about in the second video. So let's take an example here. Let's suppose you go into Kmart and you buy a product that costs $1, okay, in this situation. Say a marker, a bar of soap, or whatever may cost $1. It doesn't really matter. We know that about 25%, or in this case 25 cents, of that dollar that you spend is going to go towards the actual producing of the product. We know that also about 25% that you're going to pay with that dollar will go towards the distribution. Sending it from the factory to the store and the middleman and all that sort of thing. That's what we're talking about as far as distribution goes. It also counts for the actual store itself to pave the parking lot and to pay your employees and buy the cash register and to pay your electric bill. All of that sort of thing will go towards the distribution of the product. The third category we know is advertising, whether it be through billboards or TV commercials or ads in the paper or however people want to advertise. That about 25% will go towards that. And then finally, a business has to make a profit. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to go through all this process and to not make any money at the end. So in this situation, we're looking at $1. Now I will say this, not all companies are going to be exactly 25%. We understand that. It's going to be a little bit less in some and a little bit more in some. Okay, but the average is pretty close to around anywhere from 15 to 35% in most of these categories. For simple math's sake and for the purpose of illustration, I'm just using 25%. Well, Walmart, they came along and said, yep, I think I can do the same thing, but it is going to cost me 25 cents to make my product. And, I'm just jumping down here. It's going to, we still want a nice profit from this. And yeah, we'll probably have to do some of the same sort of advertising that we do, especially in the initial stages. But what if we just changed a few things? What if it only cost me 23 cents instead of 25 cents to get the distribution process going, and when somebody goes to buy my product, they can save 2 cents. And our products will be cheaper than Kmart's in this example. And that's exactly what they did. How many Kmart trucks do you see on the freeway? None, because that was something that they subcontracted out. How many Walmart trucks do you see on the freeway? They're everywhere. Okay, they saved a little bit of money and passed it on to us as consumers to create that loyal community. Now, another thing about that is every city that has between 5,000 to 10,000 people in it usually would get a Kmart. And then, a few years later, what happens? The Walmart comes in. A few years later, people start to shift their buying habits and become loyal customers because of the price, because the products are pretty much the same. There's name brands, there's your generic brands, all that sort of thing, but Walmart can save people a little bit more, okay? And that's how we shifted to where you see a lot of Kmarts closing down. We've got one in my own home community that is going out of business. And Walmart is doing not just well, but now they're going to create a super Walmart or a big Walmart or whatever they call it. Well, let's take a look at what Syntek Global does to compare these two models, traditional business versus what we've got going, and why the community factor is so crucial to this. Okay? In Syntek Global, we've got some great products. We've got the extreme fuel treatment that'll save people gas money. We've got EcoMist that is a great waterless car wash. We've got the Freeze Point products, and now we've got the new line of the Lurave skincare products, which are fabulous. And we'll have some more coming within the next 12 to 18 months as well. There will be quite a few in different areas as well. So we've got the products, and we know that, yep, it's still going to cost money to produce our products. We understand that. Okay, but the rest of these is where it gets a little bit different. For example, they don't spend money on the advertising. Syntek Global does not. Okay, They do, but not in the traditional sense. You won't see Syntek Global billboards or TV commercials or that sort of thing, because what they do is they take the money that they would have spent with their advertising dollars to give it to people like you and me who can do word-of-mouth advertising for them. Okay? In fact, what they're doing is they give out 52% of everything that comes into Syntek Global. Okay, they keep 48% to cover the costs that I'm talking about here. But 52% they pay to people like you and me for doing their word-of-mouth advertising for them. Well, the 52% that they're going to give back has to come from somewhere. Well, guess what? Their distribution process is totally different. You don't see any big brick and mortar stores that say Syntek Global. Okay? We do everything through the internet. It goes right from the factory to people's doorstep. A lot of significant costs can be saved here. I'll just say lots of savings. Does it take some money to run a warehouse? Of course it does. We still have to pay employees to get the products ready and to packaged and shipped and that sort of thing. And also, the company, do they want to make a profit? Of course they do. This is business. So there's going to be some money there as well, but the significant amount of, in fact, that the majority clearly will go to those of us that do their word-of-mouth advertising for them. It's a significant mindset. Okay? So of the dollar of the Syntek product that you're going to buy, this is where the money goes and where it comes from. Because some people say, well, why on earth would you even bother trying to go and own your own business? Because I want a piece of this. Because guess what? The more volume I help create, the more they're going to pay me. I will get a bigger chunk of that 52%. So as far as why is this important now? Well, think about where internet commerce is going to still continue to go within the next few decades. It will continually increase as the future moves on, and you have the opportunity to be a part of that. I just thought it was very significant and an important part to explain where the money comes from, how we're paid, and why. And like I said in the second video, to get a loyal community to shop because we pay them or give them super great discounts, that's what will create the loyal community online. And now we'll move on to video number 4.